In this video we're going to talk about what a power is. We're going to look at the different forms of powers, and we're going to look at what a base is. So a power is both a base with an exponent. The entire term is called a power. We have different naming conventions. This would be 5 to the power of 3, or 5 cubed, or 5 raised to the power of 3. In this example, this could be called 5 squared. This might be called 5 cubed. And this might be called 5 raised to the power of 4, or 5 to the 4th power. Different naming conventions are all correct. It's just whatever is more comfortable for you. The main part here is the base. The base is what gets multiplied by itself as many times as the exponents tell you. Instead of writing out 5 times 5 times 5, a shorthand way is using exponents, using powers, to write 5 to the power of 3. So the example, the product of 2 times 2 times 2 could be written as 2 to the power of 3, which is a shorthand way. This 2 to the power of 3 is called a power. Exponents are just a shorthand way to actually writing out long multiplication. There are different forms. We have a standard form of an answer. So a standard form of a number is just the number 8. We could write that in expanded form, which would be 2 times 2 times 2, which equals 8, the standard form. Or we can write it in exponential form, which is 2, which is the base, raised to the power of 3, because you multiply by itself 3 times, and we call this a power. The base is 2, and the exponent is 3. So again, the different forms are standard form, which is a standard answer most people give. You could answer a question in expanded form, or you can leave the question in exponential form. It all depends on what you need in the question. Now, when we're dealing with bases, it's very important to realize that if it looks different, it is different. For example, these look very similar to each other, but they mean something completely different. The 2, or the exponent, is attached to everything inside the bracket here. The 2 touches the bracket, so we're going to square everything inside the bracket. So this means negative 4 times negative 4. Negative and negative is a positive 16. Whereas on the other hand, they look the same, but like I said, if it looks different, it's going to be. This means negative 4 squared. This 2 only touches the 4. So what this really means is it's going to be a negative, which you could write as negative 1, 4 times 4, which is negative 16. So just moving this little 2, the little square, outside the bracket changes the actual answer from 16 to negative 16. We need to be very careful what the base is at all times. All the laws that we're going to deal with in this unit has to do with if the bases are the same. In this situation, the bases are not the same. The base here is negative 4. And the base in this question is a positive 4. Even though this negative is out in front, this 2 only touches the 4, so it counts as a 4 times 4 positive numbers. Be very cautious when you're dealing with bases.